lose, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. I'm K-Spade.
I'm your boy LaPrash57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Y'all already know. Got a great show for you guys today. Spade, can I kick it off?
I mean, that's what you do, man. Kick.
I want to talk about Kobe Bryant. Now, it's been a lot of rumors. If you guys haven't heard the rumor, let me just inform you guys about this rumor that's going on. There's a potential trade of Kobe Bryant heading to the New York Knicks for Amari Stoudemire expiring contract and Iman Shumpert. But Kobe won't waive his no-trade clause. I don't know if Kobe don't want to give up the money. I don't know. Maybe he's just like LA, better than New York. But Phil Jackson's over there. They got Derek Fisher. And I mean, what do you think about that, Spade? Should Kobe waive his no-trade clause?
Nah, absolutely not, man. Here's the thing. The Lakers suck. They really do. But they suck because of Kobe. If it's not his huge contract that prevents them from being able to bring over several other pieces, it's his very frictionist. Is that a word? We're gonna say that's a word.
Let's make it a word. Let's make it a word.
We're gonna make it a word. It's his very frictionist attitude or his temperament. Yeah. It's the fact that he can't get along with people. The guy doesn't make friends. His contract is astronomical for his age. Don't get me wrong, people. I like Kobe. At one point in time, Kobe was the best in the league. He's not anymore. But because of his age and his injuries he's coming back off of, that contract is not fitting. And he's crippling that team, so he should have to stay on that ship when it goes down. That's what I think. I'm serious.
So you think people don't want to play with Kobe? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, you already know this. We already talked about
I mean,
this.
I agree. But people, every time I say this to people saying, well, people don't want to play with Kobe because he's a winner. They always say he's a winner, and they don't want to win. And I'm like, man, they don't want to play with Kobe because they don't, man, when people, let me tell you guys something about people. When people go to work, they want it to be the most stress-free environment it can be. Work is already stressful anyway. They want it to be the most stress-free place it can be. And working with Kobe seems pretty doggone stressful.
It's pretty stressful.
I don't think people want to play with Kobe either. So I'm gonna have to agree with you on that.
Man, Kobe has gotten teammates bodied. He's gotten coaches bodied. Yeah. I don't know this for a fact, but I imagine if you're a Laker girl and you ain't dancing right, you better look over your shoulder. Kobe will get you up out of there, man.
Well, one more point I want to make before we change topics. Kobe also said that he was jealous of Tim Duncan because of the stability that Tim Duncan has had with the Spurs. Now, in large part, that's because Tim Duncan is a more, he's what's the word I want to say? He's more of a teammate friendly guy. He's took less money. Yeah, he's friendly. He took Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker, all those guys been there. And Kobe Bryant came out and said that he was jealous of the stability that Tim Duncan has over there with the Spurs.
Yo,
that's my last point, man.
He ain't jealous when he mean mugging teammates, when he's throwing teammates under the bus. Kobe put the holes in that ship. Stay on it.
Yeah, man. Stay on it. Kobe and Shaq could have been something amazing, and he wanted Shaq up out of there. So,
well, speaking of Kobe Bryant, like I said, at one point in time, Kobe was the greatest in the game.
That's right.
At the current time. But speaking of, Kobe's no longer regarded as the top shooting guard in the league. And it leads to a debate. It's a debate for who is the top shooting guard in the league. A lot of people say Klay Thompson. A lot of people say James Harden. So, I know. Huh?
Nah.
What you mean, nah?
I'm going to have to go with Klay.
For the best shooting guard in the league right now?
I'm going to go with Klay, man. To me, Klay, I don't think Klay got a max deal. He got like probably 4 or 5 years for $70 million. That's not a max. To me, Klay deserved the max deal. Klay is an amazing two guard. He about 6'7", 6'8". He plays both sides of the court, offense and defense. Tell me what James Harden do on the defensive end.
Well, wait. James Harden get a bad rep on defense.
Cheeks.
Seriously. James Harden's not a lockdown defender, but neither is Klay. But every time you see footage of James Harden being a bad defender, you know what it be? He get caught watching the guy handling the ball and his guy like get loose behind him. And that's still bad defense, but nobody says he's a bad defender and show you footage of a guy like just breaking James Harden down and blowing right by him. You don't really see that. You just see him fall asleep on the defensive end. He's watching this guy with the ball and his guy cuts to the basket. You see that a lot. But even if you want to say Klay is a better defender, which he probably is.
He is. Ain't no problem. He is.
He's not the offensive guy that James Harden is. I don't feel like he can create his own shot the way James Harden can. He's more of a spot up shooter. You got Steph Curry. He plays with Steph.
Whoa. So you telling me Klay? Are you telling me Klay can't take it to the cup?
Not like James Harden.
To me, Klay Thompson is just as efficient, if not more efficient, than James Harden.
Well, what do you mean when you say efficient? Are you talking his shooting percentages?
Shooting percentages. To me, he's a way better shooter. He's a sniper.
A way better shooter?
Way better.
I don't like that way. I'm going to be honest. I don't like that way. I don't like all
he's
that.
A way better shooter.
No, he's not, yo. Look, he plays with Steph Curry, who is probably one of the top 5 most lethal shooters in the league, right? So you know how that benefits him? Because the guard on the other team probably can't guard Steph. So his man is helping a lot. He's a spot-up shooter. Steph would create, kick it back to him. He knocks down the shot. Now, I think he is currently shooting a better percentage in the league than James Harden. But James don't have that other. Let's be honest. Look at the Rockets team. Who else is a big-time scorer on that team?
Well, they had Chandler Parsons, who was a decent scorer.
So what we talking about? We talking about last season or this season?
I'm talking about this season too. Trevor Ariza is a pretty good offensive player.
You just told me Trevor Ariza was cheeks when I brought up Trevor Ariza just the other week.
When? I don't remember that.
Come get this guy, y'all. Come get this guy.
I don't remember that. To me,
seriously, man.
If I had to pick 1-2 guard in the league right now, I'm going with Klay Thompson, man. I'm going
over
with
James Harden.
Over James Harden.
That's not good.
I like Klay height. He about 6'8". He could guard 3 positions. He's just as.
Wait. He can guard 3 positions. Who? What?
He can guard the 1, the 2, and the 3.
He can,
and his size.
What? First of all, when you say the 1, I'm assuming you talking about he can guard somebody like. I don't know who he can guard. I wouldn't put him on Jeff Teague. I wouldn't put him on a healthy Derrick Rose. I wouldn't put him on Russell Westbrook. These guys
I'm not saying Klay Thompson.
By Klay Thompson.
I'm not saying Klay Thompson is an elite lockdown defender.
So why you saying he can guard 3 positions? That's what an elite defender do.
At his size, he can play 3 positions.
Well, going by your logic, anybody who's 6'8" can guard 3 positions, right?
No, but he can hold his. He can hold his own against these guys, Spade.
Man, what
he can, man.
What else you got? We'll let the viewers determine who's right, who's wrong.
Klay Thompson versus James Harden. Who you got? Don't just say because Fear the Beard. I want to hear. I like beard, blah blah because of this.
That's a pretty good reason in itself. Fear the Beard, and he got the nicest beard. That's 2 for 1. What else you got, bro?
Chicks. Let's move on. Let's talk about the bad teams in the NBA. Ugh. You already said the Lakers, cheeks. The Knicks. I mean, let me give you their records. Philly is 0-8. The Knicks are 2-8, and the Lakers are 1-8. What is going on? Man, and you know what's crazy? Before you state your points, babe. Those are like 3 of like the original teams. You know what I'm saying? Like them were the teams. When those teams are good, it's good for the NBA, man. And Philly, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say that, like you said, these are not just 3 NBA teams, but these are 3 of the most prestigious.
Yeah,
when you look at when you go back to the black and white film of NBA games, you're going to see the Knicks, the Lakers, and at some point you're going to see Philly. But, I mean, Philly out there, they're not just losing games. They're getting destroyed. They lost their last 2 games by over 80 points combined.
They getting murdered.
2-piece. That ain't even 2. That's like 3 or 4-piece. They getting 4-piece.
That's a straight homie. That's a homicide.
No pro team should lose by 40. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I feel sorry for the Philly fans. AiiRxJONES, if you watching, man, I feel sorry for you. We got a couple seats down here on the Miami wagon. I can get you some tickets for half off. But let's go ahead and move to some pro football. You good with that?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Got a big game this week. We got the Colts going up against the Patriots. Not really the Colts Patriots. That's not what people talking about. Again, they talking to quarterbacks. They're talking Luck versus Brady, and you know, coming like a passing of the torch type thing going on here. How you feel about that?
Well, you already know I'm gonna go with the young buck. I'm going to go Andrew Luck. I love Andrew Luck game. A lot of people give Andrew Luck a hard time because, you know, he even though he won the game against the Chiefs in the playoffs last year, a lot of people were saying that he put the Colts in a hole because he threw all them interceptions. But they came back and won. I just love the way Andrew Luck approached football. And if you want to draft a QB, you want somebody like Andrew Luck to start up your franchise. I love Andrew Luck. I'm going to pick the Colts.
I'm raising my hand.
It's going to be wait. It's going to be an amazing game. It's going to be an amazing game. But I'm going to pick the Colts to go to New England and win that game.
I'm raising my hand.
Yeah,
call on me. So Andrew Luck and the Colts, right?
Yeah,
and the Colts. Were they not just on the wrong end of a good old-fashioned passionate ass kicking?
Bro, any given Sunday. Come on, man. You know this. Any given Sunday. But can't win them all. You can't win them all.
I'm right. Am I right?
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the court the score of that game, sir?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Nah, I don't remember.
You don't want to remember. It was ugly. Here's the thing. I like Andrew Luck. I really do. If I'm not mistaken, he's like a coach's kid. This guy's probably been in the best camps all through life. You know, he probably was 5, and they was already teaching him how to throw a perfect spiral. He's a student of the game. You know, there's players that just actually got it, and then there's players that, you know, I'm not knocking them, but they're players who, you know, their parents was in situations to make sure they had the best training and teaching. And Andrew Luck has that. That being said, and you already know how I feel about quarterback versus quarterback. They're not on the field at the same time. I don't feel like I should have to keep saying that, but Tom Brady's resume is long. Yeah. He's been getting it in for a long time. He's a savvy veteran. It wasn't too long ago, 2-3 weeks ago, people were going, what's wrong with the Patriots? And he answered that call and came out guns a-blazing.
Now, I don't want to make this sound like I'm saying Tom Brady ain't that guy. Tom Brady is that guy.
Well, you said you going with the young gun here. I'm
going to go with, man, I got to go with the youngin', man.
I'm going with the person whose track record is there. You know,
always time for the savvy vet to be dethroned, and this might be the game right here, man.
I don't think it is, man. I don't think it is.
Oh well, that's what's great. That's what's great for debate, you know.
True.
If we agree, what's the point, right?
I guess.
But let's move on to another big game that's going on this week. Let's talk about Arizona versus the Detroit Lions. Got the Arizona Cardinals. I think they're 8-1, 9-1. Somebody gonna correct me in the comment section. Got Detroit. They having a pretty good season. Shout out to Jim Caldwell for getting that team right.
I was worried
Jim
about
Caldwell
too, yo.
Jim Caldwell, you're doing an amazing job with the Detroit Lions. They was the most penalized team in the NFL along with the Raiders, and they done toned all that down. So shout out to Jim Caldwell.
Agreed.
I want to know where you going with that game. Arizona. Now, the thing about Arizona, their quarterback did get hurt. They signed him to a big deal. He did get hurt. Tore his knee all up. And they're going with Drew Stanton. Who you like in that game?
Well, this might surprise you, but I think I still want to ride with Arizona. Because even though they had broke Carson off, That's funny?
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Drew Stanton is funny.
Huh? Why
Drew
is that
Stanton
funny?
is funny. Because Drew Stanton. Just say the name Drew Stanton. Just say the name Drew Stanton is funny. It's like...
Here's why I'm going to go with them, though. I really think that the GM in Arizona isn't their quarterback. It's that defense, yo. And
I agree with that.
The Arizona defense can get behind you. I do not believe in Stafford. I just think Stafford has always had, Calvin. I think I could throw a couple touchdown passes to Calvin. Maybe I couldn't.
And that right there, my friend, is why I'm going Detroit. Because Stafford to Calvin is money in the bank, man.
That's true. Money in the bank. You still gotta have time to get the ball off, and I just don't know. I don't know, man. Arizona defense is pretty impressive this season. I like what they do out there.
They really have.
And so for that reason alone, man, I'm gonna go with Arizona. Arizona's not my squad, but I like that defense, and I like Ellington. Even though Ellington says he's injured, the injury report says that he's injured every week.
Every week.
He is,
but he
always injured. But
he always play though.
Yeah, he always plays. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Arizona cautiously. But I'm going with Arizona.
I'm gonna go with Detroit. Calvin versus Patrick Peterson should be an amazing matchup. Hopefully, the Lions' offensive line do protect Stafford, because with no protection, you are absolutely right. It might get ugly out there. But Detroit defense, they not too shabby themselves now. Ndamukong Suh, when Nick Fairley went down, and Ndamukong Suh got his crap together, and he's playing amazing football down there at the defensive tackle position. So it should be a great game. It's a great slew of games coming up this whole weekend. Moving forward. So we got a lot of good games to look forward to this weekend.
Let's talk about some of those. Let's move from pro football. Let's talk about college football. Let's talk about some of these big games, man. Mississippi State, the #1 team, Mississippi State, will be playing Alabama. Of course, everyone is saying if Alabama wins this game, it's gonna take that top 4 and throw it all out of whack. You want to make picks for this game, or you scared to put your reputation on the line out?
Nah, we can make picks. Picks. I'm good with that.
Who you like? Well, let me go first. You know what? Last week I went with Bama. You was like, I don't know, Spade. When it gets dark outside, Bama can't play too good. All this other crazy stuff. And if
it was close though. It was close.
It was a tighter game than I actually expected. I will admit that. But I'm gonna go with Bama again. They got it done for me last week. I'm going back. Yes, I'm going back, man, because I believe that Alabama's defensive line, I think their front 4 can put a lot of pressure on Mr. Prescott. It could get ugly for that kid out there. Sorry, man. And in the back of my mind, I still just got memories of Mississippi State being that bad team. I know that's not fair to the guys out there now. I'm sorry, but I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I remember y'all being cheeks, so I'm going with Bama.
Let me give you a little bit of history real quick.
Give me some history.
Johnny Manziel won that the year Johnny Manziel won the Heisman. He went to Alabama and cooked. This right here will be the game Dak Prescott wins the Heisman. He's gonna play Alabama, and he's gonna go out there and cook, and Mississippi State will win this game. You heard it here first. Wow. You heard it here first. This will be this man's Heisman game when people be like, you know what? Give him the Heisman. This will be that game.
That's a bold prediction.
This will be that game. You heard it here first.
Wow.
You heard it here first. Let's move on. Let's talk about our teams playing this week. We got the Florida State Seminoles playing against the Miami. What's their name again?
Man, you better get it right, man. The Canes. We got a chance to shout the world right here.
Playing against those guys. You already know where I'm going. I'm going with the Noles. I don't think I have to say much. I want to just say this real quick before you even make your pick. We already know you're going Miami. I'm going to Noles. But they just been giving my Florida State Seminoles just a bad rap. Every week we getting bumped down out of the top 4 in the playoff bracket, and we haven't lost the game in 2 years. Now, a lot of discussion has been we haven't looked good this year, but if you look back to the national championship starting out, we didn't look good in that game.
Is that good?
I'm just saying, sometimes sometimes teams start slow and they respond late, and that. It seems like we're that type of team.
Every game,
not losing every game. Every game, good, I can't explain it. But does that mean they still pulling out the win? Does that mean we deserve to be bumped down against teams that have a loss? That's not right, man. We haven't lost a game in 2 years. 2 years. That's crazy.
Relax.
That's crazy.
Relax. All right, here's the truth. Here's the truth. I'm scooting up close to the camera. Let's talk for a minute. Florida State has a better team. They have a better team. They should come out here and win this game in convincing fashion. Of course, I'm a Canes fan. It kills me to say that, but I got to be unbiased on this show. That's what should happen. But here's what Miami can do to possibly dethrone these guys, to upset these guys. First of all, Duke Johnson is the key for Miami.
Duke Johnson scares the crap out of me. I ain't even gonna lie. He scares the crap out of me.
When these two teams played, they was kind of scoring back and forth, going tit for tat, until Florida State broke his leg, which I have not forgiven y'all for yet. So here's my thing. If Miami can come out and get Duke Johnson going early, given the fact that Florida State hasn't looked well this year, they kind of have struggled, and we've even seen Jameis not be so. I mean, usually he does a great job of protecting the ball. He hasn't really shown that much this year. At times he's sloppy with the ball. If he gives us that game, and on top of that, Duke Johnson gets going early, Miami can win this game. However, if Florida State goes up early, and we have to rely on the arm of our true freshman quarterback, who could have a bright future, but as of right now, I don't think the kid has what it takes to put a team out like that. So that's what it's going to take, man. Duke Johnson, get him. Get him, Duke. I will be watching the TV going, Duke.
You know what, Spade? You know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. If Florida State lose this game right here,
let's get it.
Jameis Winston is point shaving. It's like, nah.
It's like, out of here with that.
It's like, nah. But let's make a friendly bet. Let's make a friendly bet.
All right. What you got in mind?
If Miami upset the Nose, I will come up here and throw the U up. If Florida State win, Florida State beat the Canes, you got to come up here and tomahawk chop and do the oh. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
That's cool. I mean, because that's the Atlanta Braves, so I'll just do that for the Braves. But
Chicks, but we know it's the Nose. We know it's for the Nose.
Let me alter it just a little bit. If Florida State wins, I'll come out here chopping like a fool and all that other crazy stuff. If Miami win, you ain't even got to throw up the U, you know, because I don't ask for a lot. I just want a 2015 Hellcat. Just get me a Hellcat Challenger. We'll call it.
Oh my God!
What else you got, man? What else you got?
This guy right here set a Hellcat up. He don't want me to throw up the U, but he want me to buy him a $60,000 car.
Like I said, man, I don't ask for a lot. I'm a very modest guy. I think it's on me. Is it on me?
Well, you know, yeah, it's on you. It's on you.
I think that's all the news I had for college football. I do have a.
Oh, but wait, before we move on, I just want to say that Georgia is playing Auburn, and Todd Gurley may be back, so we have to look out and see if the time off, you know, hampers Gurley production. We have to see what type of game Gurley has coming back playing against Auburn, whose defense is cheeks. Sorry, Nate, but the defense is terrible.
Yeah, y'all defense is horrible. However,
Gurley might come out there and cook.
Nick Chubb has been playing good, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they handle that. And that game is between the hedges, so who knows? That should be a good one. I also want to say this. I'm trying to encourage you guys to tweet us. I'll have the Twitter link in the bottom. But get your opinions heard. If we like what you're saying, it's a good chance we're going to feature it on the show. And, you know, I like that interaction. We love that interaction. So hit us up.
Yeah, we do.
And speaking of Twitter and interaction, I know we're supposed to be moving forward, but I don't know if you guys heard, but Brandon Marshall had the biggest fight on Twitter with a Detroit Lions fan that said something about Brandon Marshall's mom, and it pissed Brandon Marshall off. Now, I'll be the first to admit, sometimes people can catch you in your feelings, and you'll have to go there with them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they talking about fighting, and they talking about putting up $25,000 to fight, which it's not fair for me to say this because I don't know the fan, but I really doubt the fan can put his hand on 25 racks like that anyway. And I just want to tell Brandon Marshall, man, stop wasting your time with these Twitter trolls, man. Cut it out. Don't do it. You got too much to lose, man. Don't do that.
I agree 100%. I don't know the fan either, but to me, the NFL player has more to lose, and I ain't just talking about financially. I'm just talking about as far as life. He has more to lose than the fan, who's just any publicity that fan receive is a plus for him. His Twitter followers going to go up. He's going to start doing interviews. It's going to help him. Either whether win, lose, or draw, it's going to help him. So to me, that just players in general have to just be smarter about Twitter, and that's all I have to say about that.
I agree. Want to move forward?
Yeah, we can move forward.
All right, man. So, look, the NCAA, I was going to say NBA, the NCAA hoop season is starting. Just started Friday, if I'm not mistaken. The only little piece of news I got from NCAA basketball is the fact that SMU coach Larry Brown came out and fired the cannon at Calipari and said that he should go undefeated this season with the talent that he has. Now, me and LaParis have a disagreement.
Necessarily firing the Go ahead, finish.
Me and LaParis have a disagreement because he says that Calipari and Larry Brown, they're friends, and it was just him saying that Calipari has a good team. I don't believe that. Larry Brown, man, I'm telling you, Larry Brown is a jerk. I've heard a lot of NBA players get an account of Larry Brown. I heard Jalen Rose tell a story about Larry Brown telling him that of the Michigan Fab Five, Chris Webber and Juwan Howard had talent, but that he should be in the same place as the other guys from the Fab Five that wasn't in the league. and he went as far as to tell Jalen Rose that Larry Brown was in control of whether or not Jalen Rose would be successful in the league or not. Larry Brown could be a snake in the grass, and I just feel like it was some ulterior motives in him saying that. I don't think he was just saying, hey, my friend has a pretty good team. I don't believe that for 1 second. Man, I think he's trying to set the bar that if Calipari doesn't do so good, that his season was a failure. That's what I think Larry Brown is doing.
Nah, I just think Larry Brown, Calipari used to be a coach on his staff, and I think Larry Brown is saying, hey, man, he's returning all these McDonald All-Americans. They got a team stacked. The Twins coming back. They were McDonald All-Americans. And
right.
I just think he's saying that their team is so good that they can go 45 or 42 or whatever he said, 45-0. And that's all I think. I don't think it was nothing major. I could be wrong. I don't know Larry Brown. You don't know him, but
I kind of do.
If what you said is true, if what Jalen Rose say is true about Larry Brown, then maybe he was taking shots.
I think
maybe he was taking shots. Maybe he was, but I just didn't take it as him trying to fire the cannon at Calipari. I took it as him saying, man, this guy's team is really, really, really good.
Could be. Doubt it.
You good with us moving on to the strong arm performer?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's move on to the strong arm performers of the week. I'm going to go with my guy Marshawn Lynch, who had 21 carries, 140 yards, and 4 TDs against the Giants. Look at Marshawn out there cooking.
Yeah, he went off. That was a good performance.
He went ham.
He did. Let's see. For this week, I was disappointed that I couldn't say Big Ben again. He's been making the last 2 weeks pretty easy on me. I actually had to do some looking around for this one, but my strong arm performer of the week is LeBron James, and I'm gonna explain why. The Cavaliers started rocky, you know that, but he has the Cavaliers on a 3-game win streak. One of those 3 wins, he initially had a triple-double. Somebody in the NBA statistical category division or whatever went in and decided, maybe one of those assists wasn't a real assist. So they took the triple-double back. But at any rate, for 3 games, the Cavaliers won all 3 games. LeBron James' field goal percentage went up each time, as well as his point total. So he went from 22 points in one, 33 in the next, and then 41 in the third. So for that right there, LeBron James, you are my strong arm performer of the week.
Yeah. So it's been a great show this week. It's been a great show this week.
Indeed, man, indeed.
Definitely tweet us your thoughts, your comments. If you agree, you disagree, we love that either way. You know what I mean? It's been a great show. You guys are amazing. This has been Strong Arm Sports, man.
Peace.